好，我们现在开始晨观暮觉。We now start our awakening hour. 人生在世，常常觉得心没有办法安住。我们的心要如何能够安住？今天介绍2个方法，一个是初阶的安心法门，一个是进阶的，也就是真正的安心法门。Now, living in this world, often many people do not have peace of mind. How can we have peace of mind? Shifu will talk about 2 methods. The first one is an entry-level way to get peace of mind. The second method is an advanced level method, is what will bring us true peace of mind. 首先，如何安住我们的心？之前师父讲过，我们禅修静坐，第一个关键就是从外住转到内住，也就是把注意力从外转到内。转到内呢，一个很好的方法就是观呼吸。观呼吸，这一念心，刹那刹那，心在当下，清楚明白，专注在呼吸上面。那不但要专注在呼吸上面，而且还要相续不断。每一刹那，每一秒钟，每一分钟，10分钟，都要守住这呼吸。所以这是内住、续住。在禅定的过程当中的久住心，这是前面2住。第3个就是安住。我们如果能够专心看着呼吸，你不要去影响呼吸，就自然呼吸，然后自己像一个旁观者一样，了知呼吸进，了知呼吸出，了知呼吸粗，了知呼吸细，了知呼吸长，了知呼吸短。这样子念念相续不断，都是专注在呼吸上。如果能够维持个5分钟、10分钟， 其实很快的，你的心就能安住下来，就达到第3个阶段，就是安住，也就是心念不会到处乱跑，不会去向外攀援，不会去想东想西，靠着守住呼吸的方式就能达到安住。这是初阶的安住我们的心的方法。So the first method to find peace of mind is to meditate. Now, Shifu have explained before the key in Buddhist meditation. First is to turn our attention from outside to inside. And one very good way to do that is to focus on our breathing. Now, we don't want to interfere with the breathing. You just breathe normally. And we become like an observer, observing our own breathing. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you are breathing out. The breathing is heavy, you know the breathing is heavy. The breathing is light, you know that it is light. This breath is relatively long, you know that it is relatively long. This breath is relatively short, you know that it is relatively short. Now in this way, every breath, every moment, your mind is in the present, your mind is focused, your mind is calm and clear, aware of what is going on with the breath. If you can maintain this focus for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that is the first and the second stage of the 9 abidings to achieve deep meditative concentration. The first stage is inner abiding. That means our attention is focused inward. The second stage is called continuous abiding. Now with inner abiding and continuous abiding, within 10, 15, 20 minutes, you should be able to achieve the third stage, which is called stable abiding. That means your mind is now stable. With stability of mind, that means we are not thinking about random things. We can ignore thoughts that come in and out, and instead focus on the object of our meditation, which in this case is the breathing. And you will begin to experience a mind that is settled, that is stable. That is the first taste of peace of mind. I think many people who have meditated for a while have gotten to this stage already once in a while. Stable abiding. 那么什么是进阶的安心法门呢？我们禅宗的二祖慧可大师还没有开悟之前，千里迢迢去找初祖达摩祖师。见到达摩祖师的时候，达摩祖师问他：你来求什么？慧可说：请师父给我安心法门。 达摩祖师说：把你的心拿给我，我帮你安。慧可呢，当下听了很诧异，我这个心拿出来给师父，找了半天找不到，这心在哪里？他就跟达摩祖师说：密心了不可得，这个心找不到在哪里？达摩祖师说：我帮你安心安好了。这么一下子，慧可就开悟了。诸位有听懂这个真正的安心法门吗？ Now, what is the second method Shifu mentioned? The advanced method of finding peace of mind, the true peace of mind. Because with the first method, we can maintain a stability of mind and we can achieve some level of calmness, even a deep level of calmness. But then it doesn't last. When we stop meditating, when our mind is elsewhere, then we lose that peace of mind. To understand the real peace of mind, we go back to Bodhidharma. One day a monk named Huike came a long way to seek the teaching from Bodhidharma. Bodhidharma asked Huike, what do you seek? Huike said, Master, please show me how to find peace of mind. Master said, bring me your mind, and I will show you how to pacify it. Now that was certainly a very strange answer. So Huike stood there, looked and looked and looked, and finally replied, I cannot find where my mind is. Ladies and gentlemen, can you find where your mind is? So Bodhidharma then replied, well, then I already pacified your mind for you. With that, Huike attained awakening. Do you understand this teaching? What is true peace of mind? 所以什么是真正的安心法门？密心了不可得。你看我们这么多念头，这么多情绪，随因缘起，随因缘灭，就像那湖水上面的波浪，风一吹它就起，风一停它就灭，灭了之后也看不到一丝痕迹。人生的事情不都是这样？当下来，当下去，过了之后也不留下什么痕迹，除非你有所执着，抓着它不放，那这心里面就产生了无量无边的困扰。 当下随着因缘，来者不拒，去者不追。其实这个心还需要安吗？不是本来就无来无去，本来就如如不动。原来是我们自己抓着不放啊。你自己抓着自己放，心不就当下就安了吗？ So if we look at all the things that happen in our life, and our mind, our emotions that goes along on a rocky ride, up and down and up and down, what caused my mind to become unstable? What makes me emotional? It's like the ripples on a lake. When the wind blows, there are ripples. When the wind stops, you don't find a trace of those ripples anymore. When things happen, they happen. When things are gone, you don't find a trace. But it is our desire to hold on to these things and not let go that make us feel my mind is not at peace. You already hold the key if you're willing to let things unfold and let things go, and where you need to make an effort, you put an effort, and where results come, you accept the result, and you move on to the next moment. What is the need to bring your mind to peace? The mind never really moved to begin with. If you understand this teaching, your mind is at peace every moment. If you don't understand this second teaching, we can always go back to the inner abiding, the continuous abiding, leading to the third stable abiding, which will give us enough peace of mind to go on and make progress in our meditation. 如果这个真正的安心法门听得懂，你当下心就已经安住不动了。如果听不懂没关系，我们从内住、续住到安住，这样子慢慢练习，提升我们禅定的功夫，一样有一天就能达到真正的无住而住，达到真正的安心法门。 这引磬声表示我们静坐已经结束，叫做出静。出静的时候，我们的心，专注的心可以稍稍放松，我们的呼吸也可以缓和，然后我们的身体的动作先是轻轻的、慢慢的，不要有剧烈的或者很快速的动作。When we hear the sound of the handbell, that means the sitting meditation have completed. Now we relax a little bit our concentrated mind. We relax our breathing and our body movement should be slow and gentle. Try to avoid quick, sudden motions. For example, we can rub our hands together like this with a little bit of force so the palms are warm, and cover our eyes for 15 seconds or so. 我们这样子搓摩双手，但是要注意不要动作很快，这样子就不太适当。Let's avoid quick motions like this, but rather slow and forceful. 要稍微慢一点，用一点力。And then we can swing our head around. 我们头可以这样子转360度，慢慢的转。Turn it slowly a couple times. And you can move your shoulders and upper body and your legs. 我们的肩膀也可以这样子轻轻的耸动，身体上半身也可以绕一绕，慢慢的这样子绕一绕。然后双腿呢，按摩双腿，慢慢的把它放开。Be very careful when you unwind your legs. Do it gently and slowly so that you don't bend your legs in the wrong way. And never stand up before you fully regain your circulation in your legs. 脚上还有点麻的时候呢，绝对不要站起来。我们从静坐开始，是这个心从粗到细。静坐结束呢，这心从细慢慢再回归到平常的状态。When we begin our meditation, our mind goes from our ordinary state and gradually into a more refined, focused, and subtle concentration. When we complete our meditation, our mind goes from that refined, subtle state gradually back to our ordinary, everyday state. But you can try to bring that mindfulness back to your ordinary state of mind. 虽然如此，我们在禅修当中学习的觉照、觉察、觉照力，可以试着把它运用在日常的 心念状态当中。好，那么大家有没有什么问题？关于今天的开示 ，Are there any questions regarding the meditation or the teaching today?
师父，阿弥陀佛，我有一个问题，是在静坐的过程中，开始的时候，那个身体是直的，但是慢慢的进入这个状态以后呢，总会发现那个气被窝在胸口了，然后发现自己的身体变了，变得有点驼背，向前倾了，然后只能再调整，然后又进入状态之后，又再次就向前倾了。这有什么对治的方法没有？感恩师父。
有，这一个是我们平常的坐姿我们没有在静坐的时候，我们坐姿呢也可以调整，就是我们可能已经习惯性的会往前倾，会驼背。那如果我平常的坐姿就调整到比较端正的，已经习惯于这样的坐姿的话，那你静坐的时候也会比较好。另外一个呢，就是我们坐的时候，双肩可以往后推一下，稍微往后推我们调整坐姿，一开始调整坐姿的时候，你可以前后左右晃动一下去觉察什么样的坐姿是一个身体在正中的一个姿势。如果一开始就有点往前倾的话，那个肩膀呢有点往前，这样子呢看起来可能还是端正，可是很容易就开始倾了。所以你也看，这样是有一点往前倾，这样子是有点往后倾，这样子往左往右都不对，是在保持一个刚刚好正中的一个姿势那事实上我们这需要不少的练习，我们练习习惯之后，在内住、续住达到安住的时候，同时你也会感觉到这样的一个端正的姿势是很自然的，好像有一股气帮助你挺起来，所以我们在没有达到这个安住的状态之前，你还是有可能一下子就这样子，然后要调整，一下子就这样要调整。那调整呢是可以的，轻轻的调整，但是不妨碍你专注。就是你在这边观呼吸，你发现有一点往前倾了，没关系，你就是慢慢的把它调整过来这可以不影响你的禅修的用功观呼吸那等到我们习惯于这样一个姿势的时候，在我的心比较安住的时候，你也会发现这好像身体很自然的就停在这边了这个大家要去体验。So the question is about slouching. So she finds that when she's meditating, her body naturally tends to lean forward little by little, and then she often has to adjust it back to a straight posture. Now, what can she do about that? Well, Shifu's suggestion is that one, we can practice this proper sitting posture even when we are not meditating, when we are working, when we are just sitting. We try to be conscious that we are sitting in an upright position instead of slouching. And when we begin our meditation, you want to do a little bit of feeling testing. So this is a little bit slouching. This is leaning back a little bit too much. This is a little bit to the left, or to the right, or to the left. So you want to move the body a little bit to get the feel for when the body is exactly centered. That is the feeling you want to become familiar with. And it helps to push your shoulders back a little bit. Okay? So when you get familiar with that proper centered upright position, you try to maintain that. Now when you meditate, you may still begin to move or slouch, it's okay. You can continue your concentration. For example, focus on the breath, but just very slowly move your body back without interfering with your concentration. You can still focus on the breath, but just move it physically, move it back a little bit, back to the centered upright position. So that adjustment of the posture, if you do it slowly and gently, it doesn't need to interrupt your meditation. And when we actually attain that third abiding, the stable abiding that we talked about today, often it is accompanied by you will feel that there's something, we call it a qi, something like a qi propelling you to be stable in this centered upright position. And that's not going to happen if you're slouching, only when you are sitting upright. When you go from inner abiding to continuous abiding to stable abiding, your body become more comfortable, and you may feel qi making it easy for you to stay in the upright center position unmoving. Okay, that is an experience that many people have. That happens during the third stable abiding. How,还有没有问题？ Any other questions?
师父，阿弥陀佛。我想请问，静坐一阵子之后，身体会旋转，它是 OK 的吗？还是需要刻意让它停止下来？
你要刻意让它停止下来，因为静坐有8处的现象，其中一处就是动处。这身体开始动，这是虽然是一种自然的现象，但是呢会妨碍你的静坐，所以呢你必须刻意的把身体保持不动。OK， 你没有看过任何有禅定的人身体是在那边动来动去的。OK， 是自然的，不用担心，但是你要让身体停止。The question is, sometimes the body begins to move or swing by itself when you meditate a while. Now, should I consciously stop it or not? Now, you should know that this is a natural phenomenon. It happens to some people, so don't be alarmed. However, you do need to consciously stop that swing or moving. You need to maintain an upright and still posture. Okay? Because that will hinder your going deeper into a samadhi, a deep meditative concentration. Any other questions?
师父，阿弥陀佛。就是在观呼吸的时候，专注在那个呼吸上，可是到最后面觉得有那个画面，那好像那个水墨画，那明明知道应该要刻意去，就是要让那个专注在呼吸上，是不是理论上不应该有画面？但是不知道怎么做。阿弥陀佛。
有画面没有画面呢，都是自心意识当中产生出的一种妄想。所以当我们在练习禅修的时候，虽然我们的意识是要训练自己专注，但是你有更多维系的习气惯性的一些意识思维，就好像水底下看不见的波浪云，它还是一直在跑所以呢有时候就会浮现一些画面，或者有一些其他的念头，甚至有时候一些情绪，一些过去的记忆就可能自己冒出来，这些都是正常的。那重点呢就是你不要去理它，你不要去注意它， 不要去挂碍它，不要去厌恶它，不要去排斥它，就是叫做不取不舍。你不要去注意它，也不要去厌烦它，你还是就是专心的不理它。所以它就像一个不受欢迎的客人一样，客人来到你家是一个不受欢迎的客人，那你就不理他，这客人久而过了一会儿他就自己没趣就走了。所以这些画面也是你不要想说走开走开我不要，这样子呢就叫做有取有舍。 OK， 你要故意把它舍掉，这也不是正确的方法，就是不理它，回归到我自己，不管是我在观呼吸也好，或者我是练习全身觉照也好，或者是观受念处也好，或者是中道实相观也好，都不要去理它。The question is, when I'm meditating and sometimes some image will pop up in my mind, some image will come up, right? So what should I do with that? Now we should know that as we practice meditation, we're using our consciousness to tell ourselves, focus, stay focused. Whether it's focus on your breath or focus on your body awareness or focus on mindfulness of feeling or whatever other meditation method you are doing, you need that focus. However, our consciousness is like lake water. There's so many little undercurrents there. So there's still a lot of tiny little thoughts coming up or just running by themselves. So occasionally some of these thoughts will pop up. Okay, so an image will come up, a memory may come up, some random thought may come up, some emotion even may come up. Now the key there is, first of all, that is natural, that is not something unusual, don't be alarmed. Secondly, the key is to not pay any attention to them. Like an unwanted guest coming to your house, you just ignore them. And after a while, the guests will leave by themselves. So, two things you don't want to do. You don't want to pay attention to it. You don't want to give it any attention. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to think about it. And another thing is you don't want to reject it. You don't want to say, oh, I hate it. Go away. I don't want you. So non-reaction to those images and thoughts and emotions and memories is the right thing to do. You just continue to focus on your method of meditation. Okay? 好，还有没有问题？ Any more questions?
师父，阿弥陀佛, I have one question. It's a basic question. You've taught us a few different methods of meditation. So when we begin meditation together and you're talking to us, should we be focusing on observing the breath? What should we be doing?
When I'm talking, you should be focused on what I'm saying, because that's called guided meditation. That is the teaching. All right. So the purpose of, for example, this awakening hour is to get people to meditate together and then to provide some teaching, but not a whole lot of teaching, right? So Shifu give a little bit of teaching, a reminder or a guidance. But what you really should do is when you learn this teaching, you practice on your own. So when Shifu is speaking, you should pay attention and listen, take it all in. And then when Shifu stops talking, you start your meditation method. And when you are at home doing your own meditation, then you just completely focus on the practice. OK? 所以刚刚的问题是，我们在静坐的时候，师父讲话开始，我们是要关注呼吸，还是听师父开始？师父讲的时候，当然是要专心听， 专心听，等师父讲完了，你再去观呼吸，或者是做你自己的观行。因为我们大家一起共修的时候，师父会提供一些简短扼要的开示。那这些呢，你们要听得懂，要记得，然后你自己在家里练习的时候，在其他时候练习的时候，就可以完全安静的、专心的去静坐去练习。OK。All right, our time is up, so let us conclude with a dedication. 我们来回向。May all those of you who are meditating right here with us be able to achieve a deep concentration and a deeper understanding of our own mind and attain enlightenment. May all sentient beings encounter the Dharma and become Buddhas in the future. 愿所有跟师父现在一起静坐共修的学员都能够慢慢得到甚深禅定，了悟自心，大彻大悟。愿所有一切众生离苦得乐，有机会接触佛法，究竟成佛。Okay, we'll see you next week. 我们下周日再见。